colors and thoughts. Today we will be explaining how to describe data. We hope that you enjoy this video. What is data? Data can be quantitative or qualitative. Context is the backbone of data. Let's talk about how we can add context to the data. We can answer the 5 W's, also known as who, what, where, when, and how. When adding context to data, ensuring that you can answer the who and what is essential. Whenever you are collecting data, you need to know who you are collecting data on and what you are collecting data on. Now let's practice finding the context of data. Let's start off by reading the information given. The swimming coach asks 5 students to fill out a survey to learn more about the students. The swimming coach organizes the data into a table. So let's find the context of the data by answering the 5 W's. Who is the data about? The answer is the 5 students. The coach wants to learn more about the 5 students, and the table includes information about the 5 students. Now that we have identified the who of the data, let's learn about some of the terminology while describing the data. The individuals in the data help us figure out who or what the data is about. We can find the individuals by observing the columns in the data. In this situation, the individuals are the students. How can we describe the who of the data? The respondents are the people who respond to the given survey. Subjects or participants are the people whom we decide to collect data on. The experimental units are the non-living subjects included in the data. What is included in the data? The data is collected on age, number of days absent, favorite subject, and number of siblings. The variables are the characteristics of the individuals in the data, which varies from one subject to another. The variables of the data can be found by looking at the rows of the data. In this situation, the variables are the age, number of days absent, favorite subject, and the number of siblings. Student number is not a variable because they are the individuals in the data. When identifying the variables, make sure that you did not include the individuals of the data in the variable list. Why is the data collected? As given in the information above, the data was collected because the swimming coach wants to learn more about the students. When was the data collected? As given in the information above, the data was collected at the beginning of the lesson. How was the data collected? As given in the information above, the swimming coach creates a survey and asks the students to answer the questions in the survey. Now that we have learned how to find the context of the data, let's do some practice. Data will not be given to us in the form of a table at all times. There will also be times when we will need to find the context of the data from the description of the data. Here is a description of the data. Researchers want to find out if people who sleep more are able to run faster. In the summer of 2020, the researchers conducted a study on 500 people in America. They recorded the age of the person, how many hours they slept, and their running speed. Who was the data collected on? 500 people. What was the data collected on? The age of the person, how many hours they slept, and their running speed. Where was this study conducted? In America. When was the study conducted? In the summer of 2020, how did the researchers collect this data? The researchers conducted a study to find the data. As we can see, by answering questions like this when reading a description or looking at a table, we can effectively find the context of the data. There are two types of variables that we will learn about: categorical variable and quantitative variable. A categorical variable is a variable that specifies categories and groups in the data. A quantitative variable is a variable that tells us more about the measured quantities and includes units. Another way to think about quantitative variables is, does it make sense to find the average of the given value? Now let's practice identifying the categorical variables. Here we are given a table. The categorical variables are favorite sport and favorite food. We can categorize the people by their favorite sport and their favorite food. For instance, we can create a group of people who like basketball, and we can create another group of people who like volleyball. Now let's identify the quantitative variables in the data. The quantitative variables are the age and total hours slept. We know that they are the quantitative variables because age is measured in the units of years, and total hours slept is measured in the units of hours. Quantitative variables have units. In addition, we can find the average age of the people in the data, and we can find the average of the total hours slept. Therefore, we can confirm that the age and total hours slept are the quantitative variables. Now let's do some practice. We are given a table. The categorical variable is favorite color because we can group the participants by their favorite color. The quantitative variables are weight, measured in pounds, height, measured in feet, age, measured in years, price of purchase, measured in dollars. We can find the average of all of these given values, which is how we know that these are quantitative variables. Hope that you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe.